y'all, we're back for the second part. Okay, today we need to actually measure how long in inches, in centimeters, our head, body, arm, leg, and foot are. Because remember yesterday we estimated all those. So we need to see if we actually did a good job of estimating or not. Okay, so Mr. Fleming's going to help us out with that. And we also today are actually going to put our robot together and get it decorated so that it looks pretty cool.
All right, so I guess we'll start with the head. So yesterday when we estimated the head, we actually wanted to go around so we could measure something around. So for that, I need this. Remember, if you don't have the tools, you can do your best to measure it using your finger, using your iPad, whatever you have handy, paper clip, quarter, pencil eraser, whatever. But I'm going to use this because we have this handy. So when I wrap it around in inches, we have about 20 inches for the head around. Okay, so it was a little bit off, but not too bad. Do you want to do the centimeters?
All right, so same thing for centimeters. I'm going to wrap it around, and it was, I'm pretty clumsy here, friends. It was 51 centimeters.
All right, so we were a little bit off on our estimations, but not too bad, and that's the point. You guess, doing your best, and then we're measuring to see where we were at, so a little bit off. Next, we're going to measure the body. Remember, we have our tissue box body. I estimated that was about 10 inches long. I wasn't too far off. Got 9 inches on this one. So I wasn't too far off. I think that means Miss G should be pretty close on her estimation too.
Okay, let's see. I had 22 inches. Not too bad. I did pretty good.
No, I think a little bit better than we did with the head. All right, next we have the arm. This was the arm we used to estimate last time. Remember, we had 2 pencils, a little bit different size. So we're going to use the same one that we used to estimate. I said it was about 7 inches, and I was a little bit short, just over 6 inches. Let's see how we are on centimeters, Miss G.
Okay, so now I'm going to flip it to the other side of that ruler, and it looks like it is about 15 centimeters. 15, not too bad.
All right, we haven't been terribly off on anything. Now we've got our legs. I estimated about 13, and it's just about 12, so it's about an inch off.
Okay, so I'm gonna flip it over to the other side. It is 30 centimeters.
I think that may be our closest one yet.
Huh.
And as we're doing this, obviously you guys can pause it if you need to pause to do your own measurements. We're using the ruler because it's quick. You can use what you have. And as you measure, you're just going to be filling in the table just like we're doing up here, okay? Then we can compare, think about how our estimation, how we were a little off, how we were really close with our measurement. This is just helping us get better at measuring and understanding different measurements. Okay, last thing we have our feet, these tiny little blocks. Okay, I estimated that a foot was 2 inches. And I'm pretty close. It's just under 2 inches. So I'm going to put 2 inches. Let's see if Miss G was close too.
All right. So I'm going to make sure that it's on the side with centimeters. I'm going to lay it flat. And it was about 4. So
not too bad.
Not too bad.
All right. So I'm going to go over these questions real quick. Show you guys how to do those while Miss G puts together our robot over there. So we'll be able to show you guys our finished robot in a second. So, number 1 says, how much longer is your robot's body than your robot's head? Okay, so first it's saying how much longer. So we need to know the difference. We need to know the difference between 2 things we're subtracting. Now, if we look at our measurements, how much longer is your robot's body than your head? Well, for us, the head was actually longer than the body because we went around on the head. So I'm actually going to switch that, and I'm just going to switch the words body and head. So when I'm doing the math, I'm switching that because I can't subtract a bigger number from a smaller number. And I'm going to use the inches. So if I'm going to say our head was 20 inches, subtract 9 inches for the body, then my answer is 11. Okay? So over here, I'm going to put 11 inches. Now, if I measured in centimeters, I would write centimeters over there because we need to make sure our unit is clear. But I did inches, so I wrote 11 inches on the line. Number 2, how much shorter is your robot's foot than your robot's head? Okay, if we need to know the difference, how much shorter, the difference is subtraction. We're going to take the robot's head, which was 20 inches, And then the robot's foot is 2 inches. So I'm going to do 20 minus 2. 20 minus 2. Looks like I have to do a little regrouping. My answer is 18. Okay, 18 inches. So I'll write that on my line. And move on to number 3. It says, look at the measurements in inches and centimeters. Why are the measurements different numbers? We've been talking about this in all of our lessons where we talked about inches and centimeters. The reason the measurements are different numbers is because centimeters are smaller than inches. Okay, so I'm going to say the numbers are different because centimeters, so I'm going to write cm for short, are smaller than inches. We know they're different units. They're not the same size. Okay, so you might need to pause this while you're measuring and filling out your table or answering your questions. That's fine. Okay, yours should look a little something like this. Miss G's finishing up our robot, so I have a few more things to say while she's putting the finishing touches on our robot over there. When you finish this worksheet, you can submit it to your teacher either through Shobi, Seesaw, or if you want to take a picture and email it to them through Canvas. Whatever your teacher is having you do, you can submit this finished product so we know that you have it done. And then we also would really like if you could take a picture of your robot and share it with the class too, because we want to see all the different robots people make while they're practicing measuring in inches and centimeters. So it looks like Miss G has them just about done. I'm going to help her stick in the last few things so we can show you guys what we have. And we're going to just set the head on top like that. And this is our little robot man, okay? Like we said, we put them together with random things we found around the room. You guys can do yours. You can make it like ours or make it however you want it to look. Just make sure you share it with us when you're done.
All right.
All right, thanks guys.
Have fun.
See ya.